Today my class is mold making procedure molding side. Okay. In which process we make the mold cavity through which the metal can making a cylindrical or any cavity type metal which is used by the molding sand. First we prepare the different types of the materials as like a molding sand. This is the bottom board. This is dowel pins space. Now the procedure is started. We have taken the platform of the molding platform. Either we place the bottom board on the molding platform or on the surface. For surface of the bottom board is placed on the surface may be uneven. Therefore, we place the bottom board on the molding platform. Now, the flask, this is the dry flask, and also this process we use for making the cope flask. We go to this drawing. The drag is the bottom portion and the cope is the upper portion of the molding. And this is the cope flask. This is the top portion and the bottom portion is the drag flask. Now we discuss the drag flask. For making a hollow cylindrical pipes or hollow cylindrical object, for which we use the pattern, which is the pattern is the replica of the original object, from which we make the original object with the help of the pattern. First we place the replica of the object, that means the pattern is placed at the center of the bottom board in the downward. This is the upside. Pattern is the upside and this upside is the down, which is placed on the bottom board. After that, the molding sand is sprinkled here and it will put approx our making the dimensions and fill up the pattern space, and this box is approx large size from our object. Therefore we put the baking sand or the backup sand. This means both are the same. If backup sand is put here and then it will ram. This is rammed by hand or by the wooden sticks. The molding sand is some 20% is about the moisture and some soil and the other materials, and about the sand it will mixing up we make the molding sand through which contains the moisture. It contains the moisture to receive the molecules and it will compactness. When it will beaten by the strips or by hand, then it will compact and it will stickness. It is a very good property for the porosity and the adhesiveness, which is the use when the wall and the molding side, it will compact by the adhesiveness process, and through which the compactness and the full of the dry flask is filled, and it will not to lose easily, and also it will not escape. It will it will too so hard, and it could not to escape the unwanted gases up during solidification. A flat bar is used to swipe up the or at the top edge of this and the swipe up the excess material from escaping from the top of the flask. And after ramming this escaping of the top of the flask, our dry portion is approximate ready. For escaping the gases, we use the through holes. These holes are named as vent holes. A 2 millimeter wire is about the full length. It will pinned up randomly all around the space through is the pattern also. When the metal is poured inside of the mold cavity, then it will escape the unwanted gases through the vent holes, which is made by the vent wires. Our drag is completed and the ready for rollover. This is the second figure. This is ready for rollover, which is denoted by B, and here the bottom board is like a place. Here bottom another board. When it will roll over, this board is coming to the work of the bottom board, and also we put the straight bar, which is used as like a platform. Now we go to the rollover, and the upper portion is coming here and the down portion is upside of this. This process is same process is applied on the making the cope, but cope is ready. Cope is making at the top of the tray. Now first we remove the bottom board, this part, and the supporting sticks. Now we put the cope flask over the dry flask, and again the pattern is also opposite side, and the top portion is down on the mold cavity of the drag, down on the drag portion here, and it will sometimes half of the circle is like a circle is like this, and half circle is here and half circle is here. Then the drag portion is half circle and the top portion and the cope portion is half circle for making the pipe. Now the replica of object is the pattern is placed and similar and aligned to this by the dowel pins, and it will placed here. Suppose this is the cope part, it will slide down. This part is slide down here, then it will make like a round shape. After that, pattern is placed and we fill up the molding sand, and excess part is same process. Excess part of the fill up is the baking sand, and rhyming operation can done. And the rhyming operation is the perfectly and compactness. It will not no lose. Before the placing the coke flask and this portion, first we sprinkle the facing sand. Facing sand, dry facing sand is sprinkled, through which the both part can remove easily. Dry facing sand is sprinkled all over the surface of the drag proportion of the surface of the facing sand on in between the drag and coke flask surfaces. We make the another compact of the drag and cope and mix combining drawing, through which the showing the sprue pins where located and the riser pins were located, through which the riser and sprue, the mold cavity by the molding material is coming from the sprue pins, sprue holes, and after that it will goes through the runner and passing in through gate, which is near the passing through the gate which is near the pattern, and after fill up the material in the mold cavity, it will goes up through the riser holes, and this combining figure we make the next drawing. This is the coke flask, and this is the drag flask. Drag flask and coke flask. On the top of the placing of the coke flask were two sprue pins inserted by the hammering process, and it will make at the parting line. This is the parting line. This is parting line, through which the both cope halves and the drag halves can be withdrawn. In the cope portion, sprue pins are inserted, and the runners and gate is cut. This part is the gate. Gate is cut at the portion through which the molten metal is coming here via the sprue holes, sprue pins, and when sprue pins is removed very carefully, then it will make the sprue holes, and after removing the sprue pins, it will make sprue holes. And both we can alternatively using for the runner and riser portion. Sprue pins are symmetrical, not a specified for the runner and riser. Both are the same proportions we use. Now this gate, the sprue pin, this is the runner portion through which the molten metal can pass, and after that the gate it will pass and it will goes insert into the mold cavity, and it will fill up, and it will after fill up it will fully fill up, then it will go up the riser. And during solidification, if required for the molten metal, when the squeezing of the metal, when shorten of the during solidification it will shorten, then the excess metal is required for overall volume, making the overall volume of the object. The riser metal is coming down and it will overcome the volumeric contraction of the object, and it will make the full volume of the object after solidification. And now the next drawing for making the hollow part, in which the hollow part which can, this is the solid part, but we make the hollow part from we use the another part through which we make hollow part. अरे भाई stop करो. We use draw spikes for removing the coke part. मतलब coke part is placed on the drag part, then it will open it by the draw spikes, and it will remove by hand. It will remove, and the draw spike is used for, this is the pattern portion. The pattern portion, some draw spike very few strikes the notches part, and it will remove the pattern, and remove the pattern, and we place both pattern we can remove, and drag pattern and coke pattern, and place the dry sand core in between the cope and drag molding flask, because it will compact the molding sand both. Then here the in between here the gap is here the molding flask is like here, completely here it will fill or not. Yes, it will completely. Suppose this part is here. This is the dry sand core, properly fitted and inserting the dry sand core in between the flask, and we place the coke portion with the help of the dowel pins. Here dowel pins, earlier figure, here dowel pins is here, which is the far away from the pattern, not the here. This is the some distances. There are many dowel pins inside, holes is there, and we use the dowel pin, through which the dowel pin we can align the cope and drag part. Okay. Now the next part is when we roll over the drag portion or removing the pattern, some corners may be broken. Then we use the slick and applying the corner portion where the broken, it will use slick and the molding sand, it will repair the portion. And when we completed the dowel part, drag part completely, then cope part insert on the place on the cope before inserting the dry sand core. Here the facing portion of the cope and drag part, the facing sand paste is placed on the mold cavity, through which preparing the finished product is very good, and signing of the object for the facing sand paste is here is placed, and then place the dry sand core. After then place the coke part. When it will fully completed for ready for the molding procedure, and after that when it will ready, then here some weight is placed. Some weight is given here on the top of the coke, for which about 50 kg, 100 kg each per hour required, or 10 kg, 20 kg each per hour requirement. Guys, how many area are large or any? Okay, for which this is the load is required. For when applying the from the ladle portion, okay, from the ladle portion, the pouring the molten metal on the pouring basin, and through which the coming from the sprue holes, the molten metal it coming from the sprue hole, and here gate, it will not passes through the this flow velocity of this. Then it may be up from this force it will apply, it may be strike out the coke portion, it may be broken, or it may be up from the about the 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter or many distances, then it will broken up, and our system it will not properly done. Therefore we apply the weight for the metallostatic forces. Overcome the metallostatic forces of the metal. Forces of molten metal. Molten metal means liquid part which is flow through the ladle. This is the ladle through which the preparing the metal. Okay, now ready for the mold making procedure for molding. Ready for the mold making procedure for the pouring the molten metal. Mold cavity is ready. Mold cavity is ready for molding procedure. Okay, thank you.
Ready.
Here one part is the bellows, where bellows is used for applying the some pressure, through which when the sprinkled of the dry sand or the any unwanted sand is here, through which the bellow it will remove it, and after that the facing sand paste is applying here, and then it will the process which will completed, and the no any particle in between the cope and dry surfaces, and the mold cavity is ready, and we can use for the molding purpose of this mold cavity.